So, hello everybody. Welcome to today's training session on business model. I am Mariam Suleiman, a WMI Global Advisory Board member, and I'll be serving as your moderator for today's training session. I am happy to introduce to you our presenter for today. I'm happy to say he is my mentor. He is Professor Musa Aibinu. He is an acadopreneur and a highly motivated, driven achiever with over 22 years of working experience in the fields of mechatronics engineering, autotronics, information and communication technology, and also teaching and research. Presently, acadopreneur Aibinu is a professor of mechatronics engineering. He is also the head of Department of Mechatronics Engineering, and he is the director, Center of Open Distance and E-Learning, Federal University of Technology, Minna, Nigeria. Furthermore, he is an advocate of spiritual intelligence. Yes, spiritual intelligence. He also artificial intelligence and acadoprenneurship. Acadoprenneurship simply means turning academic ideas into businesses and startups. Efforts are currently ongoing in turning some of his research outputs and that of other colleagues into business startups. Professor Aibinu has won several research grants awards in and outside of Nigeria. He has co-authored several research journals. He has authored and co-authored several research journals and publications in both local and international journals and conferences. Some of his published works are highly cited in the academic field. In 2017, he was one of the recipients of the highly prestigious Nigerian Air Force Research and Development Award. Also, in 2019, he was honored with Servicom Excellence Award in recognition of his selfless services and contributions to the development of Federal University of Technology, Minna, Nigeria, and the country at large. His research interests include digital signal and image processing, ICT, intelligent system design with focus on telecommunication, mechatronic system development, and artificial intelligence. Good day, sir. I would say it's a great honor to have you here with us. Please, sir, the floor is yours now, sir.
Good day, Miriam, and thanks for that citation. When I listened to some of those things, I thought, okay, are you talking about me or another Musa Abiodun? So hello, everyone. So this afternoon, I will be talking about your business model. Once again, as Miriam have mentioned, I'm Abiodun Musa Aibinu. I'm into AcadoPreneurship and the principal investigator for artificial intelligence for clean energy project. And presently, I'm a professor at Federal University of Technology and professor of mechatronics. Let me start by letting you know that at the end of this presentation, you must be able to do nothing less than 5 things. Number one, you must be able to describe a typical business model. Not only describing a business model or explaining what a business model is, you must also be able to expatiate and talk about different types of business models available. Though it may not be exhaustive, at least you must know types of business model. Not only that, the third agenda or the third objective I want to achieve during this talk will be to jointly develop a business model statement with you. And again, I will also be exposing you to what is called business model canvas, BMC. And lastly, we should be able to develop your business model. If not, then we are going to be looking at some samples of business model to assist you in developing your own business model. Let's go over it again. 5 things. That's what we have set out to achieve today. 1, expose you to business model and then the types, and then business model statement and business model canvas, and share with you experience or some samples of business models obtained from the net. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to do that by focusing on these 5 units. I've divided the presentation into 5 different units. The first unit, which I call Unit 1, I will be talking about business model overview. Under this, we are going to look at the description, definition, explanation of business model. In Unit 2 of this webinar, I'm going to be talking about different types of business model. And the title of that unit is Introduction to Types of Business Model. In Unit 3, I will be talking about developing a business model statement. That's the title of the unit. Why Unit 4 as what is called basic introduction to business model canvas. Why the last one is filling your business model canvas in order to prepare your business model. What the citation prepared by as read out by Miriam can be summarized with what you are seeing on the board. You can see that all what she said, you are now seeing it in infographics. So during the talk, we are also going to link all this together. Does it make any sense that all what she read out for 2, 3, 4 minutes, we just have it in one slide in infographic form? So that's what majorly business model canvas is all about. So that's what I want to achieve. So this citation prepared in text can be represented with this single slide with a lot of pictures. So that's just what we are going to be doing today. But before going further, let me mention something and let me introduce you to what is called AcadoPreneurship. AcadoPreneurship. The first thing is, what is AcadoPreneurship? AcadoPreneurship was coined out from portmanteau of 2 words, academia and entrepreneurship. Again, academia and entrepreneurship. When you fuse these 2 together, you end up with what we call AcadoPreneurship. AcadoPreneurship simply means turning academic ideas and research outputs into viable business and startup ventures. Again, AcadoPreneurship simply means what? Turning academic ideas into research outputs, turning academic ideas and research output into viable business and startup ventures. That's the meaning of AcadoPreneurship. During this presentation, I will be sharing some thoughts on AcadoPreneurship with us. So that's why I'm introducing it to us now. First is a fusion of 2 words, academia and entrepreneurship. So AcadoPreneurship is achieved by what? Synergetic integration and collaboration between academia, regulators, or you can call it government, and industry expert, and in developing approaches required for turning academic ideas, research outputs, and innovation into new startup and business venture. That's the basic meaning of AcadoPreneurship. And I want to share that one during the course of the talk today. These are steps that we normally follow. We call it 8 steps to launch your startup. The first one has to do with come up with an enriching idea, which some of you have now, but under AcadoPreneurship, we look at that one from the issue of final year research project for undergraduate students. The second step is do some market research, which is why we expect that after having the idea from your project, from your research work, you do market research. But the most important one that is relevant to us today, it is what we call prepare the business plan. Preparing your business plan, we have a special training where we take that and we call it AcadoPreneurship Startup Loop. And in order for you to prepare your business plan, you need to prepare your business model. That is why we are here today. And that's why the title of this talk is Your Business Model. Your business model. Your business model is the first step before you can prepare a good business plan. So this afternoon, you are going to be learning, or we are going to be talking about business model. And after that third step, we have the fourth step, building your team, incorporating your business, look out for funding, set up. When you are looking out for funding again, your business model is important, and your business model canvas, which I will be referring during this talk as BMC, is very, very germane. And we are going to be looking at that. Set up the workspace, work on sales and marketing strategies. So that's the last thing. So, but basically this slide, I want to let us understand that your business model is an integral plan, or in anything you want to do as per NGO, as per profit organization or not. So let's now start the main talk of why we are here today. Don't forget, I have said before now that we are going to be having 5 units within this time limit, or the allocated time. The first one is going to be business model overview. And what's going to be the outcome, the overview, and why we need to do this. Kindly note that one of the most important keys in setting up a successful startup that will transcend into viable company is having a suitable business model. That means the current market demand and business plan. That's why we need to really look at and understand what a business model is all about. So this is going to be what I'll be talking about under this learning outcome. Number one, I'll be talking about what, why, who, and how of business model. And I will be differentiating between a business model and a business plan. So let's now start. Number one, a business model is a conceptual structure that describes one major important thing, which is what we call value proposition. That is who the business serves, what it delivers, how it offers it, and how it achieves its goal and support the profitability of a company. That's when you look at the screen as you have it now, you will see on the right-hand side of the screen, we have an infographic there that actually says everything you need to know about business plan, about what value proposition are you bringing or are you introducing. That's what your business model is all about. Business model also explains how a company creates. Please, it's about creating, it's about delivering, and it's about capturing value proposition. Especially, we call it, we say business model explain how a company creates, deliver, and capture value in economic, social, cultural, or any other context. That is, business model is basically about value proposition. About what? Value proposition. So summarily, if you really want to describe the business model, I will say, just understand that business model could be summarized as the what? As the how, what, who, and why of value proposition. Again, about what, why, who, and how of what? Value proposition. And it also talk about revenue model and the valuation, the customer segmentation. So the terms business model also refers to what? In the formal sector or informal sector of core aspects of a business, such as the purpose you are doing the business, the operational processes, the target customers, promotion and opportunity, and especially about company profit-making strategy. And it specifies the item or services that the company intends to offer, the target customer, and any projected expenditure. So when we have all this in a document, we talk about a business model. In the simplistic form, people talk about business model as how you plan to make money. Yes, it's partially correct, but not totally correct. So that's why I say in the simplistic form, that may be right, but business model is more than that. Business model is about creating, delivering, and capturing value. That is, so this slide explains it all. It's about, again, creating, delivering, and capturing what? Value. We call it CDC. That is, business model is about creating, delivering, and capturing value. Or you use the first approach I presented, that is about who, what, how, and why of value proposition. That is what we can describe a business model. So kindly note, it has a lot of assumptions, belief systems, and less, but the most important thing is about value proposition. The next question I will want us to really look at, how important is a business model, or what I've called importance of a business model. Number one is that business model is critical for the success of both new and existing company or startup like yours that you are planning to set up. It may be a non-profit organization, yet despite that, you still need a business model. And then business model assists new and emerging businesses in attracting investment, recruiting talent, and motivating management and personnel. And then don't forget, from your business model, you can predict the future trends, especially how your business will respond or has to respond to COVID-19. So if you have started your business ahead of now, and then with the advent of COVID-19 and in this post-COVID-19 era, you need to revisit your business model. And again, investors look at business model to take decision on maybe to invest or otherwise. And then much more importantly, business model, a good business model is important to the success of the business. That's one thing I need to let you understand. With a good business model, you are sure of a success because it will assist you to figure out everything in the simplistic form, in the simplistic form you can think of. And then the main component of a business model has to do with, number one, description of the product and services, that is the value proposition, the target customer, and why those services. Why do you want to do, why those services, and why those services or products are going to be attractive and wanted by the customers. So that's one thing about business model. And then don't forget, I've been mentioning so far about value proposition. The value proposition in business model also explain how the business is unique or different from its competitors. Because when you are not bringing anything new to the table, people will not patronize the business. Yeah, even if it is for a non-profit organization, you must be bringing something new to the table. That's another reason why you need a good business model. Business model is for this, or what we are looking at the screen is for non-profit organization, is for non-profit with an income, is for hybrid organization or for profit with social impact, or for profit also. So all these things that you are saying, or this categorization, you need a good business model. Either you are for profit or for non-profit organization, you need a very good business model for success. So, and then I know some of us may want to ask, what are the differences between a business model and a business plan? Very simple. A business model is the core idea of the company, while the business plan goes into great depth to demonstrate how this concept may operate. One is just a summary, like a summary, while the other one go in detail to explain how it's going to be, how you are going to achieve that success. A business model is a company logic and plan for what? For profitability, for sustainability, for value proposition. While a business plan is a document that not only put a company concept on paper, but also what? Specify the revenue drive, the personnel, the procedure, almost everything about the company in details, unlike the business model. So if the business plan is a roadmap that outlines how much profit the company expects to make over a specific time period, then the business model is the skeleton that explains how that money will be what? Will be generated. That's the main difference between a business plan and a what? Business model. When we tabulate it, then we are going to have it in this form. Number one, a business model basically can be in diagram, can be in infographics, it can be in pictures. While your business plan, you have it in words and numbers with little figures or pictures. And then business model helps to make a pitch. When you need to market your product, you need to make a pitch, get investor, you talk about business model, because let's assume you are given 2-3 minutes to pitch your idea. Your business plan as of that time may not be the right document for you to use. However, after you are successful with the pitching and the investors are interested, then they ask you to get your business plan in. Then we talk about business plan helping you in getting that fund. And then business model describe the business, and why business plan describe how to build the business, the A to Z of that business. And then business model helps you to get started, because you need a quick fix, a quick win to get to hit the ground and start running. Why business plan help your business become what? Successful. And then the major focus of a business model, it is what you call customer value or value proposition. Why focus on business from both owners and customers perspective is what business plan is all about. So this is tabulating the differences between what? A typical business model and a typical business plan. Summarily, a business plan, a business model, sometimes when we talk about business model canvas, it's just a page. But when we talk about business plan, it can be up to 20, 30 pages. That's why we normally say business model. You can present it in using infographic pictures, and that's why your business plan comes with words and number. So let's take this poll, everybody. Let's take this poll, and then, so Miriam, are you there? Can you help me?
Yes,
set the first poll? Yeah.
Okay, so participants, get ready for the first poll to help to test your level of understanding for the first unit. So, okay, here we go. It's been launched.
Okay, thanks.
So you have the question, and then you have the option. Choose from what Professor Ibinu has just presented to us. Choose the options that you feel are correct or is correct.
So we have around 27. We have, how many minutes do we have for that?
We have just 2 minutes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe you can launch the next one. Okay. Yeah, you have the 3. Okay, that was good. That was good. Thanks a lot for that.
Yes, sir. Participants, you have 1 more minute to answer questions. 80 seconds more.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, I can see the answer coming in.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
10 seconds. Only 9 of 26 actually participated. So, okay, that's the end.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, I can, okay, let me, okay, yes, I think that's a very nice one. Yeah, most of us, okay, that's good. Aspect, okay. It's not, okay. For the first one, the tax regulation is not part of the business model, so, but it can be part of the business. That's why you see it's not an aspect. So all others, yeah, value proposition is important. We are going to be talking about, about who the business serves. That's what we call the customer target. We are going to be looking at that as we move on. Okay, let me just move on to the stop sharing. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
it for the first
First
poll. We are
poll.
going to also be
Yeah.
having, yes, sir. We'll be having another
Okay.
one in the next unit. So please make sure you have your notebooks, your notepads, and your pen in handy. So thank you very much, sir. Can carry on, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot, Miriam, for that. So if you need additional information about business model overview and this, we have some URLs here that you can click and learn more. Let's now look at different type of business models. Number one, you are in this unit, which is the second unit, you are going to be learning about type of business model. Before now, we have these 3 types of business models. We have the manufacturer, we have the distributor, we have the retailer that have been in use for ages until recently that we have new concepts based on what we have now. We are talking about ICT. We are talking about content development. So we are going to be looking at different types of business models aside manufacturing, distributing, and retailing type. So let's get set, get your notes as we move on, because when you come across different business model types, you will be able to know which one you can adopt for your business. The first one is what is called subscription model. In this one, you pay maybe monthly or daily or so, and you continue to enjoy the service. This is very good for content driven. And one of, we all know Start Time, Netflix, and the rest. So this type is very, very good for subscription type of business. So if your business is about subscription, then you can use what is called subscription model type. Customers are only going to be paying monthly, daily, or annually, or as they use. We have what is called bundling model. In this model, business sell 2 or more products together as a single unit. So this allows business to generate greater volume of sales. That's why when you go to some eateries, you order for the main food or drink, and then you have maybe like chips or some other things that comes along with it. So that's what you call the bundling model. So in this model, business sell 2 or more products together as a single unit. And then we have what is called freemium model. We have what is called freemium model. in this freemium model, this is a combination of free and at the same time payment, premium. So this one has become one of the best in recent time. And under this business model, consumers or users get to use it for free. But if they need to use advanced features and rest, then they have to pay. And a sample of this is what we are having here on Zoom and Zoom, LinkedIn. Like Zoom is more or less free. That's what you will think. But when you need to use some features, then you will see that you are going to pay. So that's what they call advanced fees. And so that's what freemium is all about. And then let's go. There's another one that is called razor blade model. In this one, the producer or the product may be offered or sold free or at a very low cost, but at every particular point in time, you need to buy another component to use it. E.g., that's the razor and the blade. The handle mostly at times is sold at a very cheap price, but the blade you need to be buying. So the revenue is generated from the sales of the blade. So that's one. Yeah, even another example of that one, it is what you call your printer. When you look at the cost of a printer and a toner, then you will understand. Printing, the machine, the device itself is sold at a very not too exorbitant price. But what of the toner? What of the cartridge? What of the ink? You continue to buy that throughout the lifespan of that other project. So that's what they call the razor blade model. And then we have the reverse razor blade model also. And another one, it is what they call the leasing model. In this model, the company buys a product from a seller. That company then allows another company or individual to use the product they purchase for a period of time, and then you pay them. So that's another model. And then these ones, you have lots of examples along there. And then we have what is also called the crowdsourcing model. Crowdsourcing involves receiving opinion, information, or work from many different people, and you use that one. So that's one, using the internet or social media. What comes to mind under that one is Wikipedia and the rest. So that's one is about crowdsourcing and the rest. One-for-one model. This model appeals to charitable nature or charitable organization. That's why I said some of these models cut across the entire spectrum. Either you are for profit or non-for-profit. In this one-for-one model, the model appeals to charitable organization and social concern. So customers are encouraged to purchase a product or services, and why also the business makes some donation or engage in philanthropic effort based on sales and the rest. That is, once you buy this one, they donate to this other organization. That's one-for-one. And we have what is called the franchise model. In the franchise model, you have an already established business blueprint that you want to implement in another place. We all know about Domino, about KFC, about Chicken Republic, and the rest. So that's what the franchise model is all about. So that's another very good one. And then we have what is called hidden revenue business model. Hidden revenue business model. You will be amazed that how is it hidden? In this model, the business does not charge based on services, but based on information sales and advert services. Information sales and what? Advert services. An example of this is your Facebook. Facebook collect a lot of information about you, and they just handle that for sales, like Google. So we call it hidden revenue business model. So that's another model. So Miriam, are you there? Let's ask each other which business model is the best. Miriam, over to you.
Okay, so once again, participants, get ready for another poll. I'm going to launch it right now. So you have 2 minutes to since it's only one question, so you just have a minute to put down your answers. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so it's launched already.
Okay, we have launched the question now, and the question is, which business model do you think is the best? Which business model? Razor. Okay, I can see people going for hidden revenue, leasing, crowdsourcing, franchising. Oh, okay. We have 5 or 6. Okay, franchising. We have 1 for 1. Okay, nobody has picked 1 for 1 so far. Okay, hidden revenue seems to be leading right now. Miriam, can you hope you are seeing the result
Yes,
there?
I can see it, sir.
Yeah, hidden revenue is taking the lead.
Yes, sir.
Why franchising model is following, and then
Yes, razor
followed
blade
by,
model. Okay,
yeah,
crowdsourcing model actually, then
yeah,
razor blade model.
blade model. Okay,
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 so
so,
time is up.
okay. Thanks a lot, Miriam, for conducting the poll. We have
Thank you very
about
much, sir.
7 people thinking that hidden revenues. What is the correct answer to this question? Is that there is nothing called the best model. The model you are to adopt depend on your type of what? Business. So that is just the answer to this. So there is nothing. So I presume that those who have picked out this option, that is what is good to their own business. So all the options picked, they are right. So what I try to test there is, do you even have an idea of the business model that suits your idea? So which business model is the best? To the best of my knowledge, it is business specific. If your business is about leasing and you are using hidden revenue model, it will never work. So the answer is no. So these are the 5 key points to consider before choosing any model. Consider your customer needs. Consider how your customer is going to buy your product. Consider the market potential and the competition. And most importantly, your value proposition. And lastly, sustainability of the business, which is what we call multiple revenue streams. We are going to be seeing more. Okay, I don't know if you Miriam, do you want us to take this poll? You can, but you can type your response. If
Yes,
you,
yes, sir. They
okay.
can just type their responses on the chat.
So,
yes, sir.
So when you look at the screen, we have about 3 questions there. Why would the freemium model be considered as a good model for a startup to practice? Any reason? Do you think freemium model should be considered when things are when you marry free and premium, the free and payment, do you think? And then most social media-based organizations practice the hidden revenue model. Any reason? Just let's have your input before we move forward to the 3rd unit in this talk. So you may have, or you have for this URL for further study, but let's have your response or responses to this question. 1, why would freemium model be considered at all as a good model for a startup to practice? And then why do you think most social media-based organizations practice the hidden revenue model? And why the customer need is considered as an important factor when choosing your model? Why do you think?
Sorry to cut you, sir. Please, we should give them a minute so they can just type in the answer on the chat box.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot. So we are going to give additional 1 minute. Just type what you think. Don't forget, there is nothing like wrong or right answer. It's about my own perception, and it's about cross-pollination of idea. We are here just to cross-pollinate a specific, exactly. I love the sources. Thanks a lot for that feedback.
Okay, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes. I can see a response from sources here saying that why he has tried to, okay, sources has tried to answer the 3rd question. The customer need is considered an important factor when choosing a model. Why? Because business models are specific for specific businesses. That's true. So thanks a lot. So because of time and the rest, because I need to manage my time effectively, let's move to the third unit. Okay, I have another one from here from Clifton, freemium models. Okay, I have about 2 other responses here. Freemium model would be handy in boosting customer interest. Yes, I agree. The free aspect, draw customers. Yes, I agree. And draw and give rise to a market. That's true. So thanks a lot, everybody, for the feedback. I think we can move on to the third unit. When you are building your business model, your business plan, and the rest, there is an important part that you need to know, and we call it business model statement. The business model statement, unlike the mission statement, emphasize one thing: the economic sustainability of the business. Because when you are for profit, you talk about economic sustainability. So the business model statement must specify that. And then it specifically identify the economic driver of the business. So in this unit, I will be talking about, I will be sharing experience on different business model statement and the mission statement. And then we are going to identify economic drivers of a business and articulate clearly the BMS of some businesses. So business model statement briefly is a brief summary spelling out the economic drivers of a business or economic driver for an organization. Similarly, though it's similar to mission statement, but business model statement acts as a touchstone, a reminder and a guide for the organization focus and strategy. Again, business model statement is primarily for internal use, unlike mission statement, which is for external use. So business model statements helps leaders to focus their attention on what keeps the organization to be sustainable. That's what we talk when we say business model statement. It's for the internal consumption, and then it makes the leader to be focused. So how do you develop your business model statements? Very easy. You can adopt any or some or more than one of these. Number one, solicit ideas from other co-founders or other colleagues that are participating in the business with you. That should be the first thing if you are not alone. If you are alone, then write it down. What do you write down? The answer to this business. What is your organization business model? The answer to that will assist you in developing your business model statement. And then a written reply to the follow-up question, which will be, what is our organization strategy for financial sustainability? Don't forget, here we are talking about financial what? Sustainability, the economic drivers of that organization. Once you can answer that, you can develop your business model statement. Let's look at these 2 or 3 examples. Number one, there is this business that is called Child Care Center, and the mission statement is, we provide high quality child care in a cross-cultural setting. That is the mission statement. Don't forget, the mission statement is for external usage or to external stakeholders, while the business model statement is for internal stakeholders. So the remarks is that, so the first draft of the business model statement, don't forget, you may need to iterate it 1 or more, 2, 3, or 4 times. It's not a must that the first draft is what you are going to adopt. You may have to edit it here and there before you move on. So after that, there was this remark that the statement lists all the types. Okay, the first draft has this one. Our funding comes from government, parent fees, and fundraising. That was don't forget, business model statement is about economic sustainability of the business. So the first draft read, our funding comes from government parent fees and fundraising. When you look at that statement, it lists all the types of funding, but doesn't speak to the strategy for financial sustainability of the center. So it was now rephrased, and then we have it as, we provide high quality childcare for children with diverse background by, now look at it, by what? Combining government subsidy for low income children with fully paid tuitions, supplemented by some parent fundraising. That one talk about the sources and the strategy to financial sustainability at the same time. So that's one example. Let's quickly look at this example. This is another organization, and the first draft read, we produce, place, and conduct youth workshop, sustained through mixture of ticket sales, foundation grant, and the rest. The remark is that why this lists the programs and revenue streams, it is not specific about the driver for either the program or finances. So after adjusting and the rest, a focus BMS, that is business model statement, now read us, we produce Spanish and English plays supported by ticket sales and foundation grants, and supplemented by numerous income from youth workshop and annual gala fee. So that's another one from Latino. So get it right. Let us get this one right. Business model statement is about what? Financial sustainability of the business, or what we call economic drivers of the business. This is another one from another mission, from another organization. The first draft reads, our mission is to apply current learning theory and best management practices to improve outcome for primary school students in the district. But yes, it lists it, but the strategy was not mentioned. So it was adjusted to, we bring current learning theory and best management practices to the district, led and supported by a few committed individuals and foundational donors who share the same vision for education reform. So it's not just about listing the economic driver, it must talk to the strategy of sustainability at the same time. Let's quickly take this poll and be sure we are on the right track together. Miriam, over to you.
Okay. There. Thank you very much, sir. So participants, please again get ready for the next poll. So you have 3 minutes for this because it's launched now.
Okay. Okay, let's have your input to the poll. You have it there. You have the poll there now. It is practice question for unit 3. We just have 2 more units, and we have 2 more units. So the first one is BMS lends itself more to internal messages and usage. True or false?
Okay, I think they're already choosing their answers.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Yes, only one person has answered. The rest, please. Your answers, please. Thank you. Okay. So for number 1, only 3 has answered, given their answers. Chose true, and then 2 chose 4. Okay. Okay, the participation is very much.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay. We've gotten answers from 10 participants currently. Please, we need your participation.
Okay,
We have
thanks.
one. Okay, participation is in. And you can see the answers. Okay, you have 30 seconds more, please. Okay, we have 16 people currently who have given their answers. Okay, 17. 10 seconds more. You have 17, and okay, that's it, end of poll. Thank you very much, everyone, for your participation. Thank you
Okay,
very much,
thanks
sir.
a lot, Miriam. You can help me share the score, the result of the poll. Hope you have shared it now. Share it, let's see. Okay, fine. So let me quickly take that because I just want to clarify. The first one is true. Business model statement lends itself more to internal messages and usage is for internal stakeholders. I think majority got that one right. That's good. And then also for the second one, which of the following is concerned with economic sustainability of the business? That's the business model statement. Oh, that's sizable number, got that one right. And then yes, the following except, okay, that one is also an external message. And then the following are ways of development except use your combined vision and mission, except the last one, which is, yeah, because that question is asking for the following are ways of develop. So the last one there should be the correct answer, the search problem statement. So it was used to confuse. Okay, the last one is also correct. The majority do it. Okay, in developing the question to act basically is what's the value proposition. Why? Yeah. So sometimes the answer is we have more than one answer. Yes, I'm okay with what we have so far. Thanks a lot for the poll, and then you can stop sharing.
Excuse, sir.
Yeah.
I think I just need to address this. One of the participants actually said the time it makes it feel like a final year exam. So
Oh,
sorry
wow.
about that. Please don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So don't feel that way. Yes, I can see that. It's just to, yeah, it's just to keep to the time and be sure that we keep you busy and go.
Yes.
Yes. And then the the second to the last unit, because I'm to cover all these things within 1 hour 30 minutes, and then business model canvas, that's what I will be addressing now. So we only have 2 more units, unit 4 and unit 5. So I'll be spending the next 15 minutes on this unit. So let's start. Don't forget, at the end of this unit, you must be able to describe what a business model canvas is all about and the detail of various types of business and how to choose it. So we have covered all those ones now. So here now we are talking about business model canvas. Ahead of now, let's just summarize what we have learned so far. Number one, that basically the business model defines the business and the value proposition. And we have also looked at the business model statements that talks about financial sustainability of the business. And we have also looked at what is called different types of business models. So what we are going to be looking at now, it is what we call business model canvas. Business model canvas. This is an essential, and we often describe it as it highlights the major element that must be present in every business model. The business model canvas provides a way to show the key element of any business model on a single sheet of paper. That's one advantage of it, on a single sheet of paper. That's what business model canvas is all about. It shows, it shows all the key elements of any business model on a single sheet of paper. The canvas actually is based on nine building blocks, and then it shows interrelationship between them. And then through examples that we are going to be looking at, you are going to get to know more of it. So don't forget, at the beginning of this talk or of this webinar, I share this picture and I say the whole profile as read out by Miriam is what I have put in this picture or infographic and the rest. That is, so what I'm actually presenting here at the beginning is more or less what we are going to learn here, which is called business model canvas. Business model canvas. That is, the idea of business model canvas is to create a storyboard that you can use to articulate all aspects of business on an operational basis, or the use of infographics to talk about the whole business. That's what business model canvas is all about. And we have these 9 units there. Number 1, we have, don't forget, we have been talking about business model, and we have been talking about value proposition, customer segmentation, revenue drive, and cost structure. Those 9 things are what we are going to be having here. We have the right-hand side, we have the left-hand side, and we have the bottom part, which is about revenue. So let's take it one by one. And after that, we are going to look at samples for this talk. So the first thing is about value proposition. What value, what feature, what are you introducing? That's the major thing there. And the next aspect is target market. That is, are there specific group of customers or consumers you are looking at? Don't forget, we look at the freemium model some minutes ago. We look at the hidden revenue. You are going to see the interplay between your value proposition, customer target, and this financial sustainability of the business and your competitive advantage. I'm just providing the overview here, and then we are going to take each one after the other. So the cost structure will also be mentioned. And again, which each and every one of us have to also introduce, it is what we call key performance indicator metrics. There must be metrics at every particular point in time of our life, of our business, that shows the growth or the success or failure rate in the business. And then the business model also talk about the resources and the revenue and profit drive of the business. But before going further, these are the 10 questions you must always ask yourself when you want to develop your business model. Number 1, who are you going to sell this to? That is your value, your customer segmentation. Why do they need your product? That is the value proposition. What is your value proposition to them? What is better than why is it better than the existing one? And how are you going to make money? So, and then who are the key people, activities, and resources partner you will need to deliver? And then what is your implementation roadmap? When you have all these 10 questions successfully answered, then you know that you have actually developed your business model. So in summary, a business model canvas is more or less 9 interconnected components. It has 9 parts, and we are going to be looking at that. And why do we use business model canvas instead of business plan? Number 1, is easy to understand. If we ask all of us to go and write our business plan here, we get bogged down with a lot of pages, with writing a lot of things and the rest. And at the end of the day, it may not be well focused. We lost focus and rest, but business model canvas allow us to stay focused on the business. And then it's very, very flexible. Very, very flexible. And don't forget, is customer focus, and then shows connection, how one part is linked to the other. How, e.g., when you are talking about value proposition, what segment, what customer target, what's the target market that you are providing that value proposition? So BMC, that is business model canvas, shows the connection, and sincerely is easy to communicate. It gives us easy communication with investors, with people that we want to sell or we want to pitch the business to. So that's why we are adding, and then it's the core part of your business model. And then we talk about business model canvas. And very easy. How do you do the mapping? First one, start with asking yourself about value proposition. Then talk about how you will deliver the value, sketch sheet, and add the pieces together. And then all this one in just one item, on just one page. So this is how it look. You see it, customer segmentation, key partners, and the rest, value proposition. Let's take one. Let's look at this value proposition. All of us know Google, am I right? Number one is that it's free. Don't forget hidden revenue model of freemium and the rest is free, and is a very fast, it actually is very fast search. That's the value proposition. And then search adverts, and then display adverts. What of Skype? Skype came in with free internet and video calls as at that time. Skype, as of that time, it was just Skype only. We were yet to have some of what we are presently using in this post-COVID-19 era. And then Skype also proposed the issue of cheap calls to phone. Skype did that. So we had those value propositions under there. So we are going to link the two together. And then when we say value proposition, what exactly do we mean? We mean newness. We mean, is it going to lead to high performance, customization, getting the job done easier, design, branding, pricing, cost reduction. So all these things comes under value proposition. Is it about accessibility and convenience? So this is what we have on this screen. We call it value proposition to customer, to the situation. Is it the product and the rest? And another component of the BMC is the customer segment and the rest. So when we talk about customer segment, so these are the list of what we have there. Now I'm talking about customer segment. So when we talk about customer segment, you talk about market, mass market, or is it for niche market, or segmented, diversified, or multi-sided platform. For Google, we talk about the market to be search users. Am I right? Those are the people that use that. We talk about those who are the market it was looking at, those who want to advertise, or content owners. Those are the three customer segments being addressed by Google. And we talk about, for Skype, the customer or target are those who want to, free users who want to use it for free, or users who want to call phones. So those are the two segment there. Now let's link the value proposition. That's where it's becoming interesting now. Don't forget, we have talked about value proposition some minutes ago, and we are now talking about customer segment. Look at Google there. For the value proposition, is the value proposition of free and fast search is being targeted for those who, for search user, those who just want to search. You can see now value proposition and customer segmentation, or customer or target customer. For those who are searching for search advert is basically for the advertisers, and for display advert content owner that want the advert to be displayed. Let's also link that of Skype. For Skype, we have what is called free internet and video calls. We talk about that under what? Under value proposition. And that one is meant for those who want to use those who are looking for free users or who want to use the service free. So you can see the issue of value proposition and how you link it with customer segment. What of cheap cost to phone is for those users who want to call phone. So you can see the value proposition from Skype to the customer segment. So that's how you match it. And then we have what is called the channel. Channel means how do we raise awareness about the company? How do we help customer evaluate our value proposition? How do we allow customer to purchase? And how specifically do we deliver the value proposition to customers that we are talking about? And then how do we provide post-purchase customer support? Don't forget, we also said business model is about customer centric, unlike the business plan and the rest. So for customer relationship also is important. Is it going to be personal assistance or dedicated or self-service or automated communities, co-creation and so on? So customer relationship can be any of this. And then we have the revenue stream also, how we are going to generate the revenue and the rest. Revenue stream, the asset, the pricing mechanism. Because the pricing mechanism, don't forget also, it has to do with the business model type that we are going to adopt. And then the key resources are also important to us. Key resources. And then when we say key resources, we mean physical. Those are the facilities, the machine, the POS, that is point of sales, the distribution network, and then key resources also include the intellectual property, like the IP rights, the copyright law, the partnership, the customers, database, and rest. And then human we also have to know that there are key resources to our business. And then the financial, is it going to be cash and rest? So key resources must be taken care of under the business model canvas. And then another item on it, don't forget we have said 9. So we are just talking about those 9 components now. The next one is what you call the key activities. And then what are the key activities? Is it production? For your production, you talk about your design, your making, delivery. Is it about problem solving, new solution to customer problem, knowledge management? And then, so these are some of the key activities you are going to consider in your business model canvas and key partners. And one good thing about business model canvas is that you can use pictures, you can use infographics, and you can link them together. So optimization and economy of scale are also what you are going to be looking at under key partnership, and how does it reduce the risk and your cost structure, and how it's going to drive your cost structure, cost driven, keep costs as low as possible, and the value driven, enhance value as primary concern. Don't forget, business model is about value proposition. So cost driven, we are going to, when you are building your BMC, be so much full, let it have very, very low cost to, and then, but the value is what is going to be looked into. And then don't forget the variable cost, and the economic of scale is important, and the economic of scope of your work is important. Don't forget, as I mentioned at the beginning of this poll, review the question and see if the BMC help you to answer all these questions. Who are you going to sell this product to? Why do they need your product? And how do you, if it does, that's another good thing of it. So that's about business model canvas. Let's now quickly go to how you feel the business model canvas, because feeling it is also so much important. Yeah, it's not just knowing about it, it's about how you feel the business model canvas. Because once you feel it, then you are good as you must be rest assured that your business that your business is doing very, very well. So please, if you have any questions so far, you can type it on the chat box. I will be looking at it as I go on. So in this unit, I plan to spend around 5 to 10 minutes there in this unit so that we can look at certain examples or some examples of field business model canvas. So this unit is about filling it up. What are the steps you need to take? So this is what I will be doing. Yeah, beyond drafting a business model or business plan, show your business add values. Creating business model could be a daunting task. So in this presentation, in this unit, I'll be talking about the 8 powerful steps that you need to take if you want to do that. How many? 8 powerful steps. So that's what I will be doing. So number 1, learning objective in this unit will be identifying the steps you need to take to create your business model. And then the second one is creating your own business model after this, because I will share and we are going to look at 2 different examples that we got. So they are available on the net here should you want to go through it. Don't forget, creating a business model is more than just developing your business plan and trying to see the financial sustainability of it. Is going to be more of your value, ongoing value proposition for your customer, and how you are going to start and make it sustainable. That's what we are trying to achieve. So the first step, as I mentioned, is create your business brand. Collect information about your business. What exactly do you want to do? And analyze whatever you have collected so that you can create a visual description of what your company is all about. Use the information plus your business idea to generate a business brand. Number 1, yes, you have the idea in your mind, but you need to gather information. When you acquire the information or you do information gathering, you need to analyze and visualize. There are a lot of materials that you can use to do that. And then again, you use the information with your idea you have to generate a brand. And when we say a brand, in this case, we also mean to come up with your business BMX and the value proposition. But the most important thing that I'm going to say to you today that I want you to note is keep your business model simple. Keep it as simple as possible. The more your business model gets complicated, the more it sounds unrealizable, or the more you weigh yourself down. Always remember that keeping it simple is the way forward. So step 1 in creating your business model canvas or in developing your business model is create your business brand. That's the first step. And you can only do that by looking at these 3 steps I've mentioned. Number 2. So the first one is more or less about identifying the value proposition and build the plan landing. Step 2, identify your target market. Identify your target market. Just the same way we did the value proposition some minutes ago with customers or customer segment, that's also what you are going to do here. Identify those people you are really targeting with the brand you have or with the value proposition, because this will allow you to focus. This will allow you to focus on customers who truly need your services and products. And it also allows you, it guides in your revenue planning and key information to identify. Include the demography of the market, the common challenges associated with that brand or market, and existing solution, and perhaps strong competition. So for your target market, You can analyze it using behavioral pattern, demography, psychographic, and the rest. So that's about identifying. That's the second step you need to do in order to build your BMC. Number three, step three. Okay, we have done this. Let me determine your business process. Because when you have the market, you must also come up with the business process, identifying the key activities that make your business model to work, the technological tools you need, the raw material supplier, and the service partners you will need. And then determine your business process. The first one is about what? Creating your business brand. The second one is identifying your target market. And the third one is determine your business process. Also remember one thing about processes or your business process: make it as simple as possible. The simpler, the better. And step 4, identifying your business resource. What does your business need and how to carry it out and the rest? And what are the documents that are essential to ensure your business model is adequately prepared? And what resources do you currently have? That's what you call identify your business resources, because you need to fill it into the business model, into the BMC. Step 5, establish your value proposition. That's one thing you need to take home. Value proposition is so much important when you are building your business model. Value proposition. Don't forget, it is not as a business model is not just about how you generate money from the business, but it's about how you add value, the value proposition. Step 6, demand generation planning. How do you generate an image of your company in the heart of your consumers? And how will your consumers find you? And how much resources will be allocated to it? So that's about generation planning and rest. And then customer satisfaction and feedback is so much important. Also, operation with extensive technical support, how you are going to do it, how much resources will you allocate to customer service, and how will the customer service process be? Don't also forget, make it as simple as possible. And lastly, which is the last step, is what we call innovation strategy. When launching a company and developing a business model, your business plan is based on so many assumptions. Don't forget, I mentioned we had a slide on some of these assumptions: belief, the market, and rest. So, and then from this place, it's important to leave room for future innovation. Your assumption may not be totally correct until you enter that market. So you must leave room for innovation and some other things. Don't make a critical mistake by thinking your initial plan is a static document and cannot be changed. Instead, continuous review of the document is what is seriously recommended. Once you continue, you must continuously improve and review the document. Conclusion: business model is all about value creation and value addition. Modeling a business around the core concept even make the business to stand out. And don't forget, innovation is your key. You cannot forget it. If you cannot, find it. And always remember that your business model or your business model canvas must assist you to answer this question. If it does, that's good. But if not, you revisit. So let's within 5 minutes just look at 2 field example of a business model. So let me quickly bring that one up, and then just a minute. So we have on the screen here, just to field, okay, let me share it. Okay, no share. Okay, thank you. Share screen. Okay, we have two examples here that we just want to gloss over. So after this, you will have those two field examples and the slide. So this is a typical business model canvas. Field one, yeah, and number one, don't forget customer segments. That one is there, and the value proposition. Value proposition may not be one-to-one mapping, but your value proposition must also address your customer segment. So this first one is for an automobile logistic company, and the value proposition is to provide an online shopping platform that offers and quickly. Don't forget, I mentioned some keyword for value proposition during the slide. Quickly deliver any item to any person, anywhere, at any time. When you look at that one, it's talking about the speed of delivery, it's talking about the time, and it's talking about the space or location, that anywhere and anytime. So that's about value proposition. And then you see the other one, amazing web service, to provide cloud services, infrastructure, and data storage. So you can see how the value proposition has been fixed, has been filled, and you can see the customer segment. Operate as retailer on Amazon website, require cloud services, infrastructure. That is, those are the people this business will be targeting. Those who require cloud services and infrastructure, and those who want to advertise on Amazon. So that's what. So let's just look at another business canvas. I will share this one, which is for a sweet company. This one use sticky note and the rest, and then customer segments. You can see children, adults, sweet eaters, special people, and older people. Okay, so, and then you can see the value proposition also for most of them. And Apple, you can design your own quick cupcake. You create it wherever the way you want it, and we will try to actually deliver. So that's another field one there. So let me just, so these materials will be available for us after this talk, and then that's also what we are going to be sharing with all of us on this platform. Lastly, what I just want to share is that don't always forget that it doesn't matter how many resources you have and the rest. The most important thing is knowing how to use them. You may have the business idea, you may have the business idea, you may have the value proposition, you may have everything, but knowing how to connect them to give you what you want is what is important. When you look at this man, he may have the value proposition, he may have the customer segment, but may not know how to feed them in a business conversation. It is on this note I say thank you for listening, and I can take one or two questions within the ambit of the time. Miriam, over to you, please. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for that wonderful session. So, okay, right now we have two questions on the Q&A. One from Dr. Silas. He says, does it mean getting a business model and not a business plan should be enough for setting up a business?
Okay, let me quickly clarify. When we are talking about starting and making a quick fix. So before you develop your business plan, I will strongly suggest that you develop your business model. Your business model will assist you in developing your business plan. That is what I'm saying, and that's what I've presented here. That business model give you a holistic view of it on a piece of paper, but you may need later on to develop all the details in your business plan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I hope, Dr. Sales, I hope your question has been answered. And so the second question is from Jacqueline Alesi. She's asking, is an organization also a business?
Okay, in this slide or during this talk, I've used organization as a synonym to a business, so or to a company. So that's what I've used during this talk. So when I mention organization, I also mean business. So I've used it. I've used organization as a what synonym. So that's what I just want to clarify. Thank you.
Okay, so that's all the questions for today. And a comment just came in from Success. She says, thank you so much, Prof, for this enlightening session. Yes, thank you very much, Prof. Thank you very much. This has been a very wonderful session. It was interactive, it was engaging, it was very enlightening and educative to all of us. I'm very sure that after today, the participants are very much capable of developing or creating a business model canvas for their businesses or for their business idea. Thank you very much once again, sir, for delivering a very educative and enlightening session on business model. Thank you very much. And for the participants, yes, thank you very much for being engaging in the polls and participating in the practice questions. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. So thanks a lot, everyone. I think that's the end of today's session. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for the invitation, and it's nice being here. Bye-bye, everybody, and I wish you well as you prepare your business model and your business model canvas. Bye.
Bye.